Ramble.
Shout out to Warby Parker, Raycon, and ZipRecruiter for sponsoring today's episode.
Cause it's a white people taco night. We're getting taco shells from the grocery store and ground beef from the grocery store and shredded cheese from the grocery store and Ortega sauce from the grocery store. I love white people taco night. Welcome to the TryPod. We are the Try Guys. We're boys who try stuff. You know who we are. We have a big old YouTube channel. We also do this dope podcast where we talk about our crazy lives. We're here with everybody you love except one of us. We got Ned, we got Zach, we got Keith, we got Miles over there.
Eugene's going to burst through the door any second.
Eugene will be here. Don't freak out. Don't freak. He'll be here. He's going to be here. We have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. I bet he's coming in with some news. I know he was out late with drag queens last night. A common thing for him.
It explains why he's late.
It does. It definitely explains why he's late. Yeah, but what are we talking about today, boys?
First, Keith came out of the bathroom singing this white people taco song. White people taco night. I grew up with white people taco night, and I do not have as fond memories of it as you do. I hated it.
Are you kidding?
I hate. Yeah. What? Tell me. Okay. As a proper debate, tell me why you guys like white people taco night, because I think it's trash.
Okay. Well, first of all, white people tacos were the first tacos and only tacos I ever had until I was 16.
Yes.
You have to understand that.
Yeah,
That's the only taco.
I did not understand what a taco truck was until I was well into my 20s.
Yeah. So white people taco night is awesome because it's ground beef. Little boys love ground beef. It's shredded cheese. Little boys love shredded cheese. And it's really simple, and you as a child can help make it because you're basically just stirring meat. You're like taking shredded cheese out of a Kraft zip bag, and like maybe your parents trust you to cut some tomatoes and lettuce. But it's also fun because you know, like you get to play with your food because you use your hands to grab the lettuce. Like it just feels fun, and it feels like there's a goddamn fiesta going on. And you see the commercials where all of the not white people are celebrating Ortega's products.
White people taco night.
And the flavoring for the beef is this translucent orange powder that tastes delicious.
White people taco night.
On the product, it says like that you mix in water and the sauce and the powder so that it makes like a thick sauce. Habersberger family is like, fuck that. We're just putting the packet straight into the ground beef and it's straight up grease. It said drain the grease and add water. We're like, no. Are you kidding? I want this to be delicious.
And you got the soft tacos. You got the hard tacos that you can bake it in the oven a little bit, and then they're just all crunchy.
Or you can microwave them in a stack, and then you can peel them apart and you can eat them.
It really primes kids to love Taco Bell as a college student.
Oh, I get that. White people taco night is something that I never knew had a name. I never thought about it, but I'm realizing is a shared experience.
It really is.
Miles, did you have white people taco night?
Oh yeah, I remember. I wouldn't have it necessarily at my parents' house, but I would go over to like my friends' houses, and there would be like a single bowl of guacamole that's very adorable.
That's an advanced white people taco.
We didn't have guacamole. Not until we were much older.
That's a little adventurous for white people taco.
I guess you'd have the romaine lettuce chopped very finely,
or the iceberg,
The iceberg.
Real
Get it
champions
straight.
used iceberg.
Real white people use iceberg lettuce.
Yeah, as in my white people taco night, I just remember we weren't even advanced enough to do the microwave tortilla. It would be like an ice cold out of the fridge tortilla, and then the hot beef, and you're just holding a cold thing and putting it in your mouth.
I do love that white people taco night is a dedication to the worst ingredients that you can get. It's the worst type of lettuce, the worst type of cheese, and the most unseasoned of beef.
I mean, it is. It's great because parents are like, "This is the cheapest dinner we've made in a month," and the kids are like, "This is the best." And of course, you don't call it white people taco night. You just call it taco night because you're already white people.
Yeah, it makes the distinction. Calling it white people taco night makes it apparent that we're not trying to compare and contrast with real tacos. It's its own thing.
It's an inferior taco product.
Maybe we can compare it to like casseroles.
I used to eat like 6 or 7.
Wow. Oh yeah,
you were a growing boy.
Yeah, I ate a lot of food.
The crunch.
Very cool too is that
so good.
very cool is that White People Taco Night is not just for white people. You saw that Chrissy Teigen was doing White People Taco Night.
That's absolutely true.
You know, it's sweeping the nation. You know what else is sweeping the nation? Secrets. You guys left us reviews in the app, in the iTunes store. We're going to read some of those secrets right here, right now on the air. Miles, hit us with a 5-star review.
Speaking of 5-star meals like tacos, you guys left 5-star reviews in our iTunes store and left secrets for us to read. Thank you so much for doing that. We really love you and appreciate you. Here is the first secret. Can I get a fake name for this secret?
Violet Nails.
Violet Nails writes, this secret is called, I hope Zach isn't offended by this secret.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait.
I am offended already.
I love being offended, and I love being the subject of hateful messages. I hear noise. Do we think it's Eugene?
I think Eugene is arriving.
Wild Eugene?
Well,
If he doesn't go through the door right now, I will be offended.
we also will have a lot of other employees, and they should show up at 9.
That's true. Okay.
They should. Okay.
All right, Miles,
here's
give
the-
me your worst.
Okay, so first off, I love the podcast. It always makes me laugh and I love to listen to it at work. Here's the controversial part. I always thought that Vin Diesel was dead.
What?
It was only until
always thought?
I was listening to this week's episode and Zach was talking about him and The Rock and a movie together that I realized he was still alive. I'm not too sure why I thought he was dead, but I've literally thought this for years. Sorry, Zach. I know you love him. No.
I am seldom offended. You know, you could say, like, how fucking dare you? A blight on this man's career? He's out here making hits for you, and you're going to tell me that he is dead. You know what? I'm leaving you 1 star in return.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Wow. I
1
hope
star
you're
as
not
a person?
I hope you're not offended.
Violet.
Actually, I find that secret very funny. I don't know why that tickles me so much.
I got a second secret.
Second secret.
Second secret. This one's called Love and Secret Included. Can I get a name?
Banana Jam Paulson.
Banana Jam hyphen Paulson?
No, Banana Jam is the first name.
Oh.
No hyphen.
Oh, I thought it was Banana Jam Paulson.
No,
Banana Jam.
Paulson's the family name.
Oh, okay.
Banana
Banana
Jam.
Jam is the first name.
I love you guys. I'm following you since you started at BuzzFeed. My friends and I watch videos together, or we call each other and watch them at the same time. That's very cute. I'm so happy you made a podcast. I didn't know how badly I needed it until you made it. So, and my secret is when my older brother would have friends over to play video games, I would sneak into the basement and record them until I got something I could use against him. I would show him the video and say, what are you going to do for me to keep mom from seeing this? To this day, my family doesn't know I did this, and my brother did what I wanted for 6 years.
Whoa.
Oh, just incredible blackmail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Familial blackmail. I mean, the voice you read it in was pretty intense.
Yeah.
But the story backed it up. I mean, that's like, what kind of stuff? Just like swearing?
Yeah. He's like, oh, crap. And he's like, mom's going to hate this.
I'm just imagining this very boring footage of like 2 guys playing video games shot from afar. Like, what are you going to get?
I'm sure
What
it's
dirt?
swearing. I'm sure it's like, I'm going to kick your ass.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Dude, you can't say ass.
Oh, shit. Here he is.
And he's
Here's the man.
brought something extra.
And he brought a dog.
And he brought a dog. Hey,
Pesto.
Eugene, take a seat. Welcome.
Jumped at my face.
Welcome to the tripod, Pesto.
Pesto, our host.
My
How you
dog is
feeling,
here.
Pesto? Pretty good.
Eugene, we're talking about blackmail. Have you ever blackmailed a family member?
Of course I have.
Yeah, thank you. There, tell me about it.
Trying to think of which blackmail I've done.
We had a secret where someone was secretly recording her sibling in the basement and then would wait for him to do something bad and then would use it against to their mom to get him to do stuff for him.
Well, I didn't do Well, I have to think more about blackmail, but I used to do things to torture my little sister. She had a closet that was at the foot of her bed, and sometimes I'd wait in there for over 2 hours.
No.
Waiting, yeah, like fucking sit in her closet for her to get ready, go to sleep. And then once it hit like 11 p.m., she was nice and tucked up in her bed. I fucking crawled out of her closet, went under her covers, and started fucking scratching her feet, screaming, and she would just fucking be terrified.
That is so much darker than I expect. I thought you were just going to pop out and scream. You creeped out.
And then I would leave with the words, I left needles in your bed. Yeah, it was
Oh my
fucking
God.
dope.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How old were you?
You know, like 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense, man.
You guys didn't do that to your siblings?
No.
I remember I hid in my brother's car one time when I was like a young boy and he could drive, and I just waited in his trunk.
Right.
And he left, and it was like a hatch. It was like a station wagon, so like the trunk is in the car under a blanket. And he got on the road to go to his friend's house, and he started rapping along to the song. And then I just went ha and screamed, and then he was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he turned
Listen,
around.
as a child, you have more patience. You're in it for the long con.
You know what you just described, Miles, is Eugene's number one biggest fear in life is that there's going to be a
That's
murderous...
not my number one.
That
But that's
there's
my
gonna be
number
a-
one
number 4.
car fear.
that there's going to be a murderous clown in your backseat.
Well, not a clown necessarily, just a murderer.
Yeah.
Oh, so a clown is a separate fear.
No, clown really wasn't that much of an actual fear. I just don't like clowns. I'm not scared of them.
But don't you check
I actually
your
really like Pennywise.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like
fucks with
I don't
him.
like friendly clowns. You know the clown that beat you guys up during the signing video,
Yeah.
the book signing video? I thought he was chill.
Oh, okay.
But the nice like sweet clowns, those are the ones that creep me out. Because they're like designed for children, but they're adult men. It's like Ronald McDonald. He's like there's something sinister there.
You don't like adults that are catering towards children.
No.
What's your
Especially in
opinion on
costume.
kindergarten teachers?
Fuck them.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, because they're
alright.
still themselves. But if they were in a clown costume teaching kids, that
I
would
see.
freak me out.
But wait, you check your back seat every time you get in the car, right? I'm not making that up.
Yeah, no, I want to make sure there's no one sitting back there so they don't like stab me when I'm driving.
Also, kindergarten teachers aren't actually being themselves. They're like pretending to be super excited about letters of the alphabet. And you know they're not. You know they don't care about the letter J this week, but they have to pretend like J is awesome.
Do you not like Jay?
Well, maybe they care about
It's not about the J.
teaching the children. I
That's
get pretty
true.
excited about
That's
letters.
true.
We got these foam letters that
I love
we
those.
use for bath time. You can stick them to the wall and make shapes.
They're foam?
They're foam, so they're like
stick to
kind of
the wall?
squishy. Well, if they're wet, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have the
Surface tension?
the puzzle floorboards with the letters that pop out? That's
Ooh.
like a mat.
Not yet, but we're thinking about getting them.
And you're going to get one of those carpets that has little roads on it.
Oh, yeah.
The little roads to the little town. And that fucking shit was dope.
It was so
We
dope.
already have one, and it rules.
Yes.
I'll sometimes play with it even after he's wandered off.
Yeah, of course. Because you can like ride a little car along the road.
Yeah.
What is the toy that you are most excited for Wes to grow into so that you can just start playing with them again?
Nerf.
Oh, I would say, yeah, definitely all manner of like ball games, like, soccer, basketball, all those sort of like just general basic sports. Like once he can play catch, that'd be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing this weekend? And do you want to buy a big old Lego set and just fucking crush it?
Here's the question though. Do you enjoy building like a big complicated model, or do you enjoy like kind of free-forming it?
Yeah, I'm a freeform boy.
Because I truly enjoy both. Like there's a satisfaction to completing a giant model. But some of those interior compartments of the X-Wing, you're like, I would never know to put these pieces here. I'm just following instructions. But freeforming it, you can really get creative.
I one time freeform made what I thought was a better design for a car that would be more energy efficient.
Yeah.
It was basically just
Visionary.
a
With
fan
Legos.
boat car. Yeah, with Legos.
Wait, how old were you?
I was young. I was like probably 6. And then I put it in an envelope and I asked my mom if we could mail it to the White House, to President Clinton, because I thought that I could save the world.
Oh, man,
And
you're like the most liberal child. Oh my God.
and then
I had to discover liberal people. You were sitting there making energy efficient cars.
Yeah. For me, it was more about the acclaim of being featured in Lego Magazine. I got Lego Magazine as a kid, and every month they would have a page of fan submissions of people's amazing creations. And I kept submitting to this thing. I remember the one that I was like, this is surely going to win.
What was it?
A giant mothership. So it was like probably like 3 feet by 2 feet. And then it had like 12 little tiny ships that could like detach and launch off of it. Because I loved all
That
the
was
space
custom?
Legos. That was custom.
that's dope.
Pretty dope, right?
Do you have a picture of that? That's dope.
I probably can find one.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm noticing a real
It had
division.
the bridge. It had like the cargo area. Had an airlock where people could, do like kind of space missions.
You guys tell me, Eugene and Keith are looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? You're telling me that is not dope. That's imagination unlocked.
Sounds laborious.
What?
I was too busy torturing my little sister by hiding in her closet.
Really?
You know, Eugene, I think you would make a great sniper. Have you ever thought that?
Oh God,
Jesus.
Oh, like someone who like with a gun?
Yeah, sniper.
Yes, with a
Oh.
gun because
I'm
of
sneaky.
your fanatical devotion to
Hiding and laying low. I mean,
yes.
sniper's
You
one
have
thing.
to, like,
I'd also be a great nature documentarian. Little
Sure,
less
let's-
guns,
let's-
little more
let's,
birds.
Change towards
It's
that.
pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing.
Pretty much
Pretty much the same thing.
You
You're
would be a great-
sniping those beautiful
You
birds.
shoot them.
You do
with a
shoot
camera.
them, and you're sitting
That's
around
what I meant.
hiding.
Of
yeah.
course, that's
You
bet
have
you
a
were-
scope.
you were good at hide and seek, right?
Oh, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
Hide and seek. No one ever found
Uh-huh.
me. Yeah.
But then there's something a little bit sad when you're so good at hide and seek because you're always
Mhm.
wondering like, did everyone just
Did
give
everyone
up?
just stop playing?
And I'm just
Oh,
here
my
laying in the twigs.
my older sister would say, "Hey, let's play hide and seek," and she would have us hide and then just go eat somewhere.
Yeah, because you tortured them.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
tortured my
funny.
little sister. My older sister tortured me. One time,
Pecking order.
as we were getting into an argument, she got a pot and started boiling water as we were fighting. And she was like, "If you keep fighting with me, I'm gonna throw this at you." And she threw it at me.
No, that's horrifying.
Yeah, that's why I'm so fucking hardcore, y'all.
Where did it hit you?
I closed my door fast enough so it hit my door, and there was a hole, like it burned. There was a whole like dent in the door my parents had to fix.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hey.
So Zach, I don't have the mothership, but I just searched for Legos in my photo album, and those
fuck
you can see all of the 12 little passenger ships,
look
and
at
they're
this
all a
adorable
little
little
different.
dweeb.
They all have their own pilots with their own personalities,
I'm into this.
and that's me posing on the front lawn.
Wow, we would have hung out as a kid. When you wear glasses, finding a pair is such a challenging experience. It's like deciding your new face. But Warby Parker is here to make it so much easier. You know about Warby Parker, yeah?
Yeah, Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and a lofty goal to create boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. The Warby Parker aesthetic is vintage inspired with a contemporary twist. Every pair is custom fit with anti-reflective polycarbonate prescription lenses.
Warby Parker has the home try-on program. So you go online, you pick out 5 pairs of glasses you like. They send it to you for free. You try them on, you see which ones you like. If you don't like them, you send them back. If you do like them, you got yourself a pair of new glasses. I like trying new stuff, hate leaving my house. I'm lazy, but I'm adventurous.
Lazy and adventurous, that is a quality for a lot of young people
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, you want the thing to come to you, but you want it to be challenging.
Actually, we talked about this last time. They have a pair called the Eugene. I
Yes.
talked about wearing a Eugene on my face, putting
No.
Eugene on my face. It
No.
was very fun. And actually, one of you out there, one of the TryPod listeners, tweeted to me that she got a pair of the Eugene. So now Eugene is on the faces of many. They also now are selling blue light glasses, which if you get headaches because you're looking at screens all day, you get yourself some blue light. Miles was wearing them actually, and his head has never felt better. If you need help, take the quiz. You just answer a few questions, and Warby Parker will suggest some great-looking glasses that are totally personalized to your face and style. Glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. If you have an iPhone X, make sure to download Warby Parker's app where you can use their brand new virtual try-on, allowing you to try on eyeglasses, seeing the realistic color, texture, and size of each style using just your phone.
Damn.
Technology, motherfucker!
Order 5 pairs of glasses and try them on for 5 days. There is no obligation to buy. It ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Head to warbyparker.com/tripod to order your free home try-on. warbyparker.com/tripod. Take the quiz to find a pair that's perfect for you today.
Speaking of kids and snacks, Keith made a promise on the podcast.
That's right.
That today he's going to fulfill.
That's right.
Keith, you promised that you would do a chip taste test live on the podcast.
And here on the TryPod, we stick to our promises.
I don't see any blue tortilla chips. What you look like you've replaced it with a rice cake.
rice
Yeah,
cracker?
right. So I got to the office.
These are clearly, you can clearly tell these apart.
Well, I'm going to close my eyes.
Is that a tortilla chip, a potato chip, and a rice?
And
No,
there's
it's a tortilla chip, a tortilla chip, a pita chip, and a rice cake.
Yeah, that's correct. I got everything that was a chip. There's a yellow corn tortilla chip, and there's a white corn tortilla chip. There's no blue corn because we didn't have any in the office.
Miles, you had a full week to produce this.
I
What is
know.
your position? Your job title?
Podcast producer. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I should have.
Well, no, this will be a nice ASMR moment.
Yeah, and actually, if Keith's blindfolded, it'll help the audience because they won't know what the chip is either.
I think you could probably hear the difference with the rice cake.
Oh,
Well, the rice cake, I think we're gonna know it's rice cake.
all right.
But
So
I bet
Keith
it
is
sounds
putting his-
different.
yeah, Keith just put a blindfold on.
Okay.
Great.
Zach,
He-
grab the bowl for him.
Put the glasses over the blindfold. Hilarious.
Just to make sure everyone knows. Okay, pick whatever you want me to try first, and I'll try it.
Well, no, you can't touch it. So
Oh.
Zach, you need to feed it to him.
Yeah, you have to feed it.
Nothing would make me happier.
All right, Zach is feeding Keith a chip. Tortilla? What kind of
he's
tortilla?
cheating. He like didn't even chew it. He just was
He
rubbing-
massaged it with his tongue.
I was tasting it.
No,
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 you
no.
felt
You
the
were
texture.
you were letting it go on a little journey around your mouth so that you could feel
You got
the
it-
edges.
Is that against the rules?
Yeah, I
think
want
that-
you to crunch it.
I think you need
How's
the.
that against the rules?
Was it a white tortilla chip or was it a yellow tortilla chip?
I would love to try the other tortilla chip as well.
Okay.
Bet you
Then-
would, you fucker.
Also, you
Do we have some ginger for me to cleanse my palate?
you licked it so much with your tongue up top that you didn't give us the crunch, the savory ASMR crunch. I just want to hear that.
Okay, we're gonna do it
That
again.
snap.
This is
It was a
smaller,
little stale, if I'm being honest. That's probably why you didn't get the crunch you wanted.
This is a smaller piece. I want just the crunch. None of that tongue in it bullshit.
There we go.
I think that one was yellow and the first one was white.
They were the same chip.
Well, that's not fair.
Trick.
Yeah, so now Zach is going to give you one right after the other, and they're going to be the different ones.
Okay, all right.
It has to be
fine.
fair.
It has to be fair.
It has to
We
be
believe in
fair.
fair.
Okay, this is a different one, Keith.
All right.
I see his tongue wanting to.
That's a different chip than the first chip for sure.
Yeah.
I still think that the first one was a white corn chip and this one's a yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
correct.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told you it's easy to tell them apart.
It
I don't
is
know why
easy.
you guys
I'll-
thought it was so weird to not
But
be able to
see
tell
if
them. They
you
taste
can
very
figure
different.
out the rice cake.
Yeah, I just want to hear it.
All right, so we're going to feed and wait, keep before we do this. So this is option one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is option one.
Okay.
One of them's a rice cake. The other one,
The potato
is-
chip.
Keith has a
right.
full rice cake sitting on the edge of his mouth.
No, he has full option one.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, really,
Yeah.
really bite it.
Could be anything. Could be anything.
Okay, that's what option one tastes like.
Okay, so there's option one. Now option two.
I'm not gonna let him swallow. I'm just gonna keep shoving chips in his mouth.
All right, so
That's
that's
a
option.
Pringle.
That's option two,
That's a Pringle.
and that's option three.
That's a beer chip.
Wow.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing chip reader. Give him a round of applause.
A master chipollier.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's what our podcast has become.
Yes. Become us force feeding Keith
There's
chips.
food all over the floor.
Oh no, who did that?
The rice cake, I'm, you know what? I'm often one to shame rice cakes, but this one is pretty okay.
I think rice cakes get a bad rap. I'm on board. They also I buy them. They have little furikake on top.
Okay, there's ice cake all over the floor. Eugene, don't let Pesto eat the rice cake.
My dog's coming for your rice cake. Pesto, don't eat the rice cake.
Can dogs eat rice cake?
I don't know, but come here, Pesto.
I think if they eat rice, they'll explode.
No, that's birds.
Oh.
We'll pick up the rice cake.
I've never heard that dogs would explode from rice, but if that is a thing, we should warn the people.
What if you made a rice cake out of popcorn kernels and then baked it, and then you have a popcorn cake? Is that the
Hey,
same thing?
That sounds fun.
Is that how they make rice cakes? How do
Well,
they make
yeah,
it so
it's like
puffy?
it's puffed rice that's glued together somehow.
With Elmer's.
So what about popcorn rice cake?
I think it's
That'd
a
be
great
corn
idea.
cake.
Corn cake. Well, they have cornbread. They have corn hot cakes, but
This
that's
is
all
something
cornmeal.
Totally different.
Yeah, I like this idea. Popcorn patty. They have popcorn balls.
That's true.
I have corn balls.
Yeah, baby. Hey, well, quick, Eugene. Did you have white people taco night? Because you're
yeah.
not white people.
No, we didn't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
what did you do taco night growing up?
No,
You didn't do taco night?
no.
No,
Not even like, from the grocery
Dude,
store.
it's not a part of his culture. It's part of something we do.
No, it's true. Like for us, we had like my mom attempting to do American food instead of Korean food for dinner. So she'll be like, "Oh, I tried to do burgers tonight."
Oh,
Yeah,
Korean people burger night.
Yeah. No, but for us, it was really my cultural food is my normal food, which is
Yeah.
why I say things like I don't think kimchi smells because I grew
No.
up with kimchi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like kimchi.
Thank
I
you.
love kimchi.
But I definitely used to be afraid of it. But it wasn't it was entirely because it was just I didn't have it.
And I know you like it because you like them pickles. You like
I
pickles.
love vinegar. I love vinegars. And I love Chinese vinegar. It is my new favorite sauce.
I've heard you talking about it, and we still haven't been able to figure out what makes it unique. You don't know, right?
I don't. It's a black vinegar that's very delicious. And typically you have it with dumplings. But whenever I go to a Chinese restaurant, like I'll put it on my noodles. I'll put it on like kind of everything because I just love the taste of Chinese vinegar.
You just love Chinese food.
I do. I love real Chinese food. I eat it all the time. I went to a Chinese restaurant in San Francisco a while ago, and they had cold noodles in the window. You know what they didn't have? Cold noodles. And that was the whole reason I went to the restaurant.
He was real grumpy the entire
devastated.
meal. He was a saucy little boy.
Well, because the food was good, but it had the potential to be great.
It sounds like that place had a rumor of cold noodles, which brings us to our next segment.
Segway!
Reddit rumors.
shit.
I went onto Reddit and I found several salacious rumors that people have been saying. People say stuff on Reddit all the time that's not true. I found a couple things that are debatably true.
Eugene, hit us with the Reddit rumors theme song.
Fuck, this place is crazy. We all lie, but we pretend that we're normal. It's Reddit.
Whoa. Whoa. Shots fired.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Sounds like
It's true. There are some bad people on there.
Well, I think there's some wonderful things on Reddit.
There's a lot
I think
of
there's
ones. I
also
love Reddit.
some crazy things on Reddit.
You got to curate.
Well, you
your
know,
feed.
the reason we're doing this is because I saw some people who were tweeting and posting some screenshots. There was essentially one that was saying like, I was a server in Vegas where Keith's bachelor party was, and they were dropping like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that means they must be rich, and that means they must be like crazy. Which to that I say, that entire video was provided by Vegas.
BuzzFeed paid for it in the sense that BuzzFeed basically helped give them a bunch of free
BuzzFeed didn't pay
advertising.
for anything. That
Right,
was
that's what I mean.
literally
Like,
Vegas providing
the
for your
exchange
bachelor
of
party.
but they provided for free in exchange for a video that highlighted a lot
In
of cool
exchange for video,
features.
yeah.
It was a trade. It was a sick, dope ass trade. So we're liars, but we're not rich people.
Rich people wasting their money.
Yeah. So we did this video a while ago. It was my bachelor party. It was a real bachelor party. And we went to Vegas, so we lived it up. We stayed in this cool villa.
What did we call it? It was the 150.
Keith's $300,000 bachelor party.
So it had a big number in the title.
And we surprised you with dope shit. Like we got a private jet that flew us to Vegas. All of your buddies that you grew up with. Give us some of the other details.
I learned how to strip tease from the Thunder Down Unders. I got lots of fried chicken. Had lots of fried chicken almost everywhere I went. We had this delicious meal. We went to cool clubs. We went to a pool party where they had cutouts of my head, which you know I love. We went to this club, and it may be one of the top memories of my life. The club had these screens everywhere, and they had a program where they could make it rain your name. And if you know me, you know I love my name. And it was raining Keith all around me on the walls. And in my mind, I was like, this has never been done before. I am the most special man alive.
Well, actually, to your credit, it had not been done before because it couldn't make it rain names. It could make it rain custom messages. And so Ned goes up to him and he's like, hey, I want you to write his name. They're like, okay, so what do you want? Like, congratulations, Keith. Congrats on your marriage, Keith. And he's like, no, just Keith. And they were baffled by that. They're like, what are you talking about? No, we need to do like a message. And you're like, no, just the name Keith over. And I think there was like a minimum character limit. So we actually had to write Keith. And so it was just raining that repeatedly.
It was a dream. It was a dream.
But the climax of this video is was it $100,000 bottle service?
I think it's actually $250,000.
The majority, the entirety of that price tag we put on the video was only for that table at the Bellagio with the button that plays the custom song for the fountain.
A giant bottle of champagne that's like a Jeroboam or one of those weird names, but it's bigger than Zach.
It's me as a bottle.
Probably can serve 100 drinks, maybe more. And you sit at the most premier table that actually isn't even in the club. It is suspended over the fountains, and you get a big red button that you can press it, and you can pick any song you want for the fountains. We later found out it's any song you want out of a choice of about 20. It seems like a ripoff
and
for
it excludes
$250,000.
the Christmas songs if it's not Christmas time.
Keith wanted Santa Baby in the middle of summer.
Santa Baby is so funny.
In July.
In July.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
Christmas in July. Come on, that's a thing people like, right?
They
That's
would
a funny
not
thing.
do it.
Apparently, it's been only purchased once.
But the Reddit rumor was we are super wealthy and paid for it ourselves, and we're not.
No.
And was part of this rumor that we were not tipping well?
No, that we were just like rich assholes, like the way people think about, I guess,
Gambling
some young
with
YouTubers who are just
abandon.
throwing money around. It was clearly just someone who was witnessing us having that table.
Sometimes what
Because
you
it's
can
an
do-
expensive table, but
Right.
without the context of it being gifted to
I mean,
us for
I
the
doubt
video.
that a person was even a server there. People just like to lie.
Yeah.
So is this rumor true or false? The rumor is
Totally false.
Yeah,
Yeah,
false.
we wouldn't do not have that type of
almost
money.
everything in that video was gifted to us in exchange for publicity. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Cool thing about making videos is you can sometimes do a PR exchange where you contact someone's PR team. They say, hey, we want to get publicity about our new product or our new experience, and we'll let you try it out. And, you know,
and we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
do a dope bachelor party. Awesome.
you can't necessarily always do the real thing, right? Like they don't let us actually open the giant bottle of champagne because that would like waste the product. They don't
Oh, yeah.
they don't let us spend the night in the villa, only hang out for the afternoon.
They
Oh,
did
yeah,
give
we
us,
didn't
like 10 double root suites. So they like hooked it up.
Yeah,
They hooked
for
it up
sure.
great,
They
yeah.
for sure hooked us up great.
Yeah, if we were acting fun, it's because it was a bachelor party.
We were
Yeah,
having
we were having a
fun.
great
It was
time.
literally
Having a
Keith's
great
bachelor
time.
party.
It was
yeah.
the best, to the point that like I don't know what the point of having or going to another bachelor party is, because it was so
Yeah,
like
it was
it was
great.
the most bachelor party on every possible level.
Yeah.
Where anything else would be a disappointment. I feel like I need, like, if I want to have a bachelor party, I just need to, like, I don't know, like play board games and like go to a water park or something. I need to do like the exact
No,
opposite.
I know what your bachelor party is going to be.
Yeah.
You're going to go to like a cool tea factory, and they're going to let you create your own Kornfeld blend of tea.
That's pretty
Whoa.
good.
And
You
you're
should
gonna-
take you to the Cat Island in Japan.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just an
actually,
island full of cats.
Eugene did pitch actually a really good bachelor. He's like the perfect party for you. And it was
Yeah.
either a birthday or a bachelor party. Do you remember, Eugene?
No, refresh my memory.
It's basically the plot of the movie Game Night, where
Oh,
you
yeah.
are going to create a custom movie scavenger hunt
Yes.
that we all go on. And it's like
That's
one
hilarious.
crazy night, and we got till sunrise to save the world. But all the clues are based on my favorite movies. That sounds
The end.
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
real.
The year is 2019. Everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, because
Yeah.
if you have wires in your ears,
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You look like a machine connected to your other machine. We don't do that no more.
But before you go out dropping hundreds of bucks on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon.
Yes, Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbud on the market.
The company was actually co-founded by Ray J, and celebrities such as Melissa Etheridge are obsessed with these bad boys. You see Melissa E walking around with these little buds popping out her ears, and she's rocking out.
Raycon's wireless earbuds have totally changed the game for us. We got sent the Raycon E50 wireless earbuds, and Keith has not been able to take them out of his ears because he has been using them all the time.
They've created a rift within the Try Guys, and
Well-
Keith said, these are mine now. Me and Melissa Etheridge are going to go rock out to music. You're not invited. It doesn't matter, because I bought a pair myself, because they are half the price of other premium wireless headbuds on the market.
Yes, and unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet, with no dangling wires or stems. And of course, they don't just look great, they sound great too.
Sound quality on them is fantastic. They sound great. They look great. Raycon offers their wireless earbuds for everyone in a range of fun colors
Blue, pink, green.
at an unbeatable price. Go to buyraycon.com/tryguys to get 15% off your order. Whoa!
That's buyraycon.com/tryguys for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds.
If you've been eyeing a pair or earring a pair,
Oh!
now is the time to get an amazing deal.
One more time. buyraycon.com/tryguys.
For our next rumor, to move us right along, somebody on Reddit in the "Are Applying to College" thread said, curious as to how Ned Falmer got into Yale. Like, we know he went to Yale for chem and stuff, so he's probably hella smart, but I just wonder, what were his stats, ECs, etc.? And then somebody commented, I went to high school with Ned.
Ooh.
We're top 10 in the nation on Washington Post for most challenging high schools. Everybody is either an IB and also takes AP courses or just takes AP courses.
Irritable bowel syndrome?
Sports suck, but we have lots of big clubs and whatnot. He was also a science major and was probably involved in science fairs or something more.
I didn't know you went to one of the top high schools in the nation.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I had great academics, a lot of IB program, AP classes. I mean, I took pretty much all AP and IB classes.
Now, Ned, I heard that you had a fake lacrosse career and a fake rowing career, and that you put that on your resume.
No, Zach Kornfeld, that is a rumor. I was on the lacrosse team. I played soccer, lacrosse. I was in the robotics club. I was president of the drama club. Was a National Merit Scholar. I was an Intel semifinalist at Science Fair.
Did you ever get hit in the face with a lacrosse ball?
Oh.
That looks like it hurts.
No, I definitely caught a body shot. They are very, very
I can't
dense.
believe
they
that
hurt.
people whip those things around. Those things fucking hurt.
Yeah, and you can whip it faster with a long stick.
Yeah, it's a whip.
They don't play much lacrosse in Florida, but my school started a club sophomore year, and I just kind of got involved, and it was like, oh, this is super fun.
I played a little bit of lacrosse when I worked at that camp in Maine because all the wealthy Jewish kids played lacrosse. And I was like, I will never understand this game. And then I started playing. I'm like, oh, this is super fun.
Can confirm wealthy Jewish kids love lacrosse.
It's really fun to play. And I was like,
so
I want to
fun.
play. I wish I had played
run
this.
around
Yeah.
against contact. But I mean, my advice to anyone that wants to go to an Ivy League school is to study hard, take lots of challenging courses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try and do as well as you can in school and study. Try and, work on your standardized tests. Like, you have to have good grades in standardized tests. But then that's kind of what everyone knows. Like, in addition to that, you have to demonstrate things that you're passionate about and, like, pursue activities really deeply and be a leader.
The rumor is that this guy went to high school with Ned.
Yeah, no, I mean, that guy is all true, except for when he said sports suck. Our soccer team was very good. Our football team was very bad.
Yeah, that sounds like Americans' values, though. Like, if the football team's bad, the whole school's sports suck, especially in the South.
Truth be told, that's kind of all the time we have for now.
Not even one about
Well,
me.
shout out to Stanton College Prep. Thanks for getting my back in the comments section. This was a fun rumor section, guys. I just got to talk about how awesome I am at high school. Cool. What's next?
And reminisce about a sick bachelor party.
Yeah.
Ned's life is great.
Wow.
So when we're recording this now, Keith, this is beforehand, before everything goes down with the show.
Yeah.
But if you guys stay tuned, we're going to kick it to the future where Keith is going to be discussing Bring the Funny.
Yeah, so we're actually recording this before the finale of Bring the Funny, but you're hearing this right after it, the day after the show ends. So
you know what happened?
you know what happens. I currently don't, but in a few seconds, I'll know. So just stick around for just a few more seconds.
Let's live in this uncertainty for a second. Keith, you before the finale, what would winning the show mean to you?
I've been doing comedy music all my life. Like, I wrote my first comedy songs in high school. I would stand in my room and watch Wayne Brady make up songs on Whose Line Is It Anyway. It was like clearly the best thing I could do. My first album was Weird Al. I've just always loved comedy music. So if I could win this, it would sort of like put a stamp on my band as one of the few successful comedy music groups ever. Which, like, because like, you think about stand-ups, there's millions of famous stand-ups, millions of famous sketch artists, but how many famous comedy musicians can you actually list out? There's very few, because it's a hard market to win at. So if we could win this competition, I mean, even if we don't, like, we've already gotten to perform on NBC 5 times. That's crazy. I never thought I would be able to perform 5 times on that show. So it would be great if we could win. I also think Alex and Huey work really hard. They're talented dudes. I like when other people can get some spotlight as well.
It's a very sweet answer. And you know what? Now hearing that, I do hope you win.
Thanks, man.
If you don't win, though, it'll be a little sadder in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
If you don't win, what do you take most away from the experience?
If we don't win, it was very cool to work on a network reality show to sort of see the ins and outs of it, because we are an unscripted production company. So I took it a lot as a learning experience, like trying to observe how they were doing their taping, how they thought about their talent wrangling, basically just how the show ran itself, because I want to produce shows like that eventually too. So.
And now, a very special flash forward to the future. Did Keith win the big award on NBC's Bring the Funny in 3, 2, 1?
We lost. Well, we didn't win. I wouldn't say we lost. I think that loss implies that you didn't have like an amazing experience. And I think we did have an amazing experience, but we did not win the $250,000 nor the Just for Laughs guaranteed spot. But I think out of all the shows we did that everyone likes us enough. And we've already actually started booking some touring dates. So I don't think that Just for Laughs is out of the picture for us quite yet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So talk about you did the final performance and then you had when you filmed the results. What was that like waiting on there?
Oh my gosh. The results, first of all, every day of a reality show is 90% waiting, 10% filming, and 9% of what you're filming, it seems to be contradictory to what someone else thinks you're filming on the staff. Just because there's so many departments. There's a story team, there's the stage team, there's the other, like there's 2 branches of story team, and story is like interviews or like things that are behind the scenes that are like they're filmed. So they're not really behind the scenes, but they're meant to fill that part of the storytelling of a reality show. So it's like Lou Burger has been together for 5 years and that kind of stuff, you know, the decorative elements. So much of it is like being rushed to a place where that team's actually not ready for you and standing for 30 minutes while they get ready for you. And then you start with them and then another team needs you back, but they're like, I'm not done with them. Like, well, would they need to be on stage right now? And the stage crew has priority over story team. So it was just so much wrestling back and forth. But the day that was the results was the most, we were called at 11 and the episode didn't start filming until 6. So we just had actually 7 hours of pretty much nothing but waiting around, doing some little behind-the-scenes story beats. And then we got walked down into the theater, and then we, found out, and they took the top 2 voted people up, and then they chose the one winner, and that was it.
So as soon as they brought the top 2 voted people up, you knew that you had won.
Yes.
Got it.
So we were, the 5 acts were seated in the front row. They brought the 2 top up. We were not one of those 2. And then they were like, okay, well, that was it. We had a great run, and we had a ton of our fans vote for us, and we didn't go down without a fight.
Yeah,
but we were really happy with the experience. We went on the show with the goal of doing 2 songs, and also being like, okay, if we only did 1. So we got to do 4, and the last one was a song that we wrote for the competition. So for us, it was a great exercise in like writing something and then learning it. The first time we ever performed it was on TV.
That's amazing.
It had no rehearsal of like an audience feedback. Like we entirely engineered it and wrote the most epic, funny, weird thing we could, and then presented our concept to the show, and they were able to totally blow it out of the water. They really said, "What's your pie in the sky idea?" And I wrote down stuff that I didn't think they would do, but I it's like, well, I want everything to like flip around, and there's a band there, and there's like there's like a drum set, and then like, oh, you turn around, there's like lights, and there were some other extra things that I asked for. I guess they didn't do, but what they did was better than probably what I had come up with. It was so cool. We have a ridiculous video of the type of performing we could do, and I think our four acts show very different things. Like between the first 2, you could see how we can just play comedy clubs, and in the last 2, you could see how we could do like Broadway theatrical review shows. So felt good about it.
Now, what's next for Lou Burger? You mentioned some touring dates, but you guys are obviously going full force. You have the momentum of this thing.
Yeah. We have a album that's going to be coming out. We're going to release 1 track a time for the next several weeks following the completion of the show, which is now. Because we wrote and recorded all these songs for the show, we also wrote songs that didn't make it to the show. Just because we had to write a variety of things. So we have about 8 new tracks coming out this fall into winter, and we're going to be writing some more, and then we're doing some touring in the East Coast area and then some in the sort of Midwest, but we're trying to lock down more dates. So if you have a nice comedy club in your town and you think they should bring out Lou Burger, you should let them know to reach out to us and try to bring us out, because we're already landing some dates, and it's very exciting. We actually booked a whole weekend in Rhode Island.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember which weekend it is. You can look to my socials to figure out when we're like announcing all of these. We're trying to figure out how to strategically announce all of the touring dates. but we're trying to do mostly weekends because we got a lot of Try Guys work here to do. So trying to make sure that we're spending enough time making video content and touring and giving Louberger its opportunity, because it certainly has a lot of momentum right now.
And would you say, like, maybe you could give one or two of your favorite moments being on the show? You know, it's this very stressful experience, but it's like a lot of highs and lows. You know, you're going through it.
The best part about the show was that Jeff Foxworthy is incredible. He is just like such a cool professional. Even the night after, so last night, so for us, it just happened last night. After the show, he came up. He just like got out of, we were sitting on the street talking, and he walked out of nowhere. Like he just appeared like a ghost, and he just came by and just chatted, and he just stood there and chatted with us for like 10 minutes, telling us how highly he thought of us, how he could tell that we were a group that had attention to detail, that we were like really were focused, and he was just very impressed with what we did, and he was excited that the show exists to give more than stand-up an opportunity for visibility, because everybody has seen stand-up. Stand-up has a ton of visibility, but there's so many other types of comedy that don't get that. But he just was so genuinely nice, and he hung out, and we met his wife. He met my wife. It was lovely. And then after he talked with 10 minutes to us, he went over to Chris and Paul and talked to like 10 minutes to them. Like he was actually there.
Oh, wow.
And I think after every taping, or at least the last 3 tapings of episodes we were in, he came out and chatted and just had real advice and was incredibly complimentary. He even showed me on his phone a picture, like he's still writing stand-up, and he had like a picture of him with a bunch of pads of paper he had written on, a bunch of things that were printed out, a cell phone with a notes app up, and a laptop with things written, and he was also writing stuff currently. And his like, my wife took a picture of this when I didn't know. I was like, this is just the side of comedy nobody sees. And he said he felt that Louberger had a similar attention to detail, which we do. I mean, we do so much harmonic structure building, and then spending time in the studio to like build out the tracks to sound like totally amazing and beautiful musically, and then like tracking vocals and then listening back and then going in and retracking vocals, because I'm very nitpicky on like, I love syllables to a line in music. I hate when they're even like a hair off. Sometimes in like rock music that makes sense, and it's like that's part of it, but for this I always want us to be like as tight as possible, just because it feels so perfect. And I just love for the music to be perfect on a song that's like about a roasted dick or something, you know?
Right. It has to be super tight.
It just, part of the comedy of Louberger is that the songs are funny and silly and relatable and stupid, but the music is taken so seriously. Like the lyrics sometimes, like we do have a song entirely called Sausage is a Roasted Dick. It's a totally stupid song, but in the middle, it's just an a cappella, like 3-part harmony moment. It's beautiful. It's like, why is it so beautiful? It's so funny that this stupid song is being taken so seriously musically. So that's part of the comedy. And I think Chrissy Teigen in her last performance said like, it was so good, it almost wasn't jokey. And it was funny because the showrunner came, and so I think what she was trying to say is just like, it was so good, it was hard to tell it was comedy,
right?
Because it was actually a rock concert that was real. And like, I love that. And like Tenacious D is like, it's a real rock concert.
Oh yeah,
it just is also funny,
right? Absolutely.
And then the other great moments were just everyone working on the show is working very hard, and it's cool to see be a part of an NBC production and a reality show like that. You know, making big unscripted shows is a goal of our company, because it's a way for us to build up. I mean, the Try Guys is an unscripted show. It's not a game show, but like I personally want to host and make game shows, so being in that universe allowed me to make some real connections, and also just see how it works and see how the flow and see who does what on stage, and also realize how many people it takes to do a show like that. It just helps you think in that world a little more. And now I've met like, producers and showrunners and unscripted comedy writers that now I know, and they know me, and we like each other. So hopefully that will enable us to make more cool things as this company as well. And I think what I'd really love for Louberger is to create a comedy special, because we've been wanting to figure out what our special would be. And we've been looking more at like almost like a musical sketch review.
Oh yeah.
So taking the last 2 performances we did in Bring the Funny and approaching all of our music like that. So it'd be, just 8 mini musicals with a slight storyline that connects them. And that is our comedy special, basically a review of comedy musicals. Because that is something we can uniquely do. And I think if you're doing comedy, you have to find how you approach the space that you're approaching. Like even stand-ups, they're different. Like the two stand-ups who made it to the end, Takara and Ali. Takara is like very bombastic, moves around the stage everywhere. Ali sits on a chair and leans on a stool. Like there's just different ways to approach it. And like comedy music can be a stand-up person with a guitar, or it can be people spinning a couch and throwing popcorn and like singing in harmony and running. Like it can be different, and we can do that different thing, and nobody ever has. So we should really claim that space.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Well, if you had one more thing, maybe to just say something to look out for Luberger before we throw it back to the podcast.
Look out for Luberger. Just check my YouTube channel and our Twitter and stuff. We're going to be pumping out a lot more like live performance videos and all the tracks that I spoke of. There's a song about roller skates that I love that was a potential for our finale performance on Bring the Funny. It's a song about not knowing how to roller skate, but it's performed on roller skates. It's really high energy and a very lonely island. And then there's a Christmas song we're working on that is so funny. And when we record it, you can look out for that this December or November. You know, it's a good Christmas song. We've actually been doing Christmas songs like every year.
Yeah, I've seen them a lot.
It's just funny to do a Christmas song. And we have a really good one this year. So I won't spoil it for you, but it's very funny.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to throw it right on back to the end of the TryPod.
Take it away, Keith.
Hiring is challenging, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates. That place is ZipRecruiter.com/approach.
I think we have a new job opening here at Second Try.
Oh my God, wait, okay, guys, if you're listening, we have a new job opening, and it is
The holder of the keys.
Wow, that is right. The holder of the keys. As the holder of the keys, you will be responsible for so many things. Mostly holding keys.
Yes, it's a big job.
You're probably like me. You're like, okay, I gotta hire someone to hold these keys. I'm gonna run down the street and be like, hey, anybody want to hold these keys? And then you get people, but they're not qualified.
Yeah, you could just
them.
blindly, set it out into the world, get some resumes, and have people who clearly have not held a key in their entire life.
What a pain. There's got to be a better way. And guess what? There is.
ZipRecruiter can handle all that for you and bring you the best candidates within a day to hold those keys.
ZipRecruiter will send your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards. And on job boards, people have held keys before, but ZipRecruiter does not stop there.
No, with their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right key holding experience, and they invite them to apply to your job.
No, it sounds like a key to success.
I mean, that's kind of been the allegory the whole time. Have you not?
Oh, has it?
Did you not get it from the beginning?
Don't pretend like this was
No, it was always an inspirational metaphor.
Goddamn
the key
gibberish.
holding the keys to success is what ZipRecruiter has in their pocket, the keys.
As applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match.
And they are so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. And right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/approach. That's ZipRecruiter.com/APPROACH.
ZipRecruiter.com/approach. ZipRecruiter.
The smartest way to hire.
Wow, and
Wow.
we are back from the future.
Wow.
Back to the past.
Back to the past, my favorite unproduced sequel. That was great. When you're waiting to hear news of the future, you could use some advice. And when we like to have advice, we like to go to the man with advice, the youngest, the least experienced, the guy with questionable taste. His name is Miles B. And this is advice that will go for Miles with Miles Bonsignore.
Hey there, Miles Nation.
Howdy.
Kind of Western, yeah.
Do you want to have a panic attack at 9 a.m. on a Thursday?
Okay.
Do you want to be zen enough to meditate through the winter?
You always...
Wait, is this a bear
They're
thing?
opposites.
Don't drink cold brew.
Oh, you're looking right at Eugene.
I have been a coffee drinker for many a year. I used to be a barista.
Yeah.
I used to sling espresso for several years. I served espressos, cappuccinos, macchiatos,
And I've come to find that cold brew is just a panic attack in a glass. Cold brew has like 4 times the amount of caffeine that a normal cup of coffee has. Generally, don't quote me on that. If you're a professional,
It's true.
don't
it's true.
email
There's
in.
a lot of
It's a
caffeine
lot of
in cold brew.
caffeine.
If you're a professional, please email correctly to Miles.
I will correct myself on the pod. So cold brew has so much more caffeine, and it's iced too, which iced coffee breaks down slower in your body, so the caffeine stays longer. And so if you don't have any food in your stomach and you're taking cold brew, you are gearing up for an anxiety attack.
Staring down Eugene as you say this.
No, that seems like good advice.
Instead, you can
also
have...
sounds like a personal anecdote.
He's holding cold brew.
No, this is...
Iced coffee.
I'm not perfect. Sometimes I get it. I get cold brew all the time and I have like 3 sips and I'm like, that was too much. I shouldn't have bought this. And it's like $9. This is a short iced Americano, which is
doesn't taste good.
It tastes great.
I hate Americanos.
like
There, I said it.
Wow.
Keith!
Wow.
I just want normal coffee.
You're bad.
I want normal coffee.
Americano's what? When you just dump a ton of water in your espresso?
Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of like white people European coffee.
Exactly.
Yes.
But so an iced Americano, a short iced Americano is really just like an iced espresso. So if it's good at a coffee shop, then it's really good. If it's a bad coffee shop, it's really bad because bad espresso is disgusting.
They're terrible.
Yeah. It's
That's
bad.
probably why I hate Americanos, because most of the time
It's bad.
they're bad espresso, so
Yeah.
it's just like really bad water coffee.
Yeah, for sure. But
I
that's
love
my best.
cold brews.
Yeah, me too. And same. I for so many years I drank cold brew, but I just think it's not worth it for me
Too
anymore.
intense.
I definitely
Intense.
find that if I have too much caffeine,
Mhm.
I do get jumpy.
Big time.
I don't know about full blown panic attack, but
I was driving
Definitely.
with our producer
Jumpy.
Nick back from when you guys were recording your audiobook.
Yeah.
And I had to pull over.
oh wow.
Because my vision went blurry.
Oh my God.
My heart started racing.
Oh my God.
Because I had had a full cold brew, no
From the
food in
cold
my
brew.
stomach from like a new coffee shop that Nick had gotten us from, and I like had to pull over and take a deep breath because it was just too much.
Was that the cold brew or do you need to go to the hospital?
I didn't need to go to the hospital. I ended up being okay. I think it was just a cold brew because that never happened again. And actually, the time when it almost happened, I had just had a bunch of cold brew.
Wow.
So
Mm.
it's
Maybe
big
you're
time.
like allergic to cold brew or something?
Could be.
No, I think it's just too much caffeine. I've definitely had times where I had too much caffeine and like I kind of start to freak out. Like I can't focus on
Yeah.
things. Like I'm too stimulated.
Yeah, yerba mate does that to me, which I love yerba mate, but I know now that I can only have about half a can because if I crush that whole can, like my hands get jittery and like my eyeballs start going back and forth really fast. And it's this weird. My least favorite feeling in the world is when your brain is like fucking jacked up, but like your face is still tired because caffeine doesn't wake up everything; it just stimulates, and it's a weird inner war going on.
I would really love to kick my caffeine habit in general, but I just like the taste of coffee too much.
Yeah.
And of
decaf-
course,
yeah.
kicking it will give me some headaches.
Yeah, I mean, ever since tour, I'm still weaning myself back to a reasonable amount of coffee.
Mhm.
How much coffee were you having on tour?
Oh, I wasn't having a lot of coffee. I was just having like 4 to
5-hour
5
energies.
Yeah.
servings of caffeine a day.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I before tour, I was having 2.
Yeah.
I would chug a whole
Same.
5-hour energy right before we went on stage.
Yeah.
And then drink 2 yerba mates through the show.
Oh my god!
Whoa,
That is so
really?
much.
But
Wait,
also
really?
remember,
Wait, what?
I notoriously I go to sleep like late and I woke up every day at like 7 a.m. I can't sleep
Oh,
very
right.
in, so I was wired the entire tour because I mean I was getting 3 hours of sleep every night, so I had to stay awake. So I was crazy. But I mean I had a huge dance number. I had to be like awake.
Yeah.
I couldn't just like you know fuck off. I had to fucking dance.
Yeah, the rest of us could fuck off.
I was
I needed fuck. Yeah, but yeah, I would say maybe my heart really hurt after that tour.
And I found that like the adrenaline would also kick in to help give me energy so that I, wouldn't fuck off. It'd be like caffeine mixed with adrenaline. And then by the end of 20 shows, your adrenaline reserves are just kind of depleted. Like
Didn't you say that you were lightheaded at one point during
think
the
so.
show?
Yeah.
Because we finish our opening number and then you sprint towards the audience, right?
I
I always get lightheaded when
Yeah,
I play
I
the
had to
French
take a
horn
break.
because it's the very end of the show, and then I start using my lungs to their fullest like capacity, and I would always almost black out.
Caffeine's the
That's the thing I had
drug.
no idea.
Caffeine's the drug we've all accepted in society is okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's literally we were
'cause
literally
it's-
drugged up.
Because
for
it's the
all
caffeine, it's the
shows.
drug that makes you do stuff.
Right. It increases productivity.
Yeah. it's the drug of choice for the corporate world.
And cocaine's too dangerous.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If cocaine wasn't so dangerous, I
I mean,
think
it was the original caffeine. Coca-Cola
Yeah.
was like, yeah, this is great. This gives people a stimulation that makes them excited. And then people are like, oh shit, this is
real bad.
it was bad in large doses.
Think
for
of
sure.
all the things that we will have wrong from today. Like in the next 50 years, someone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, avocado toast, terrible for you."
You think that's gonna be the one?
I don't know. I just imagine.
Don't you
there's
tell
gonna
me
be-
to quit my avocado toast.
I'm just saying, there's gonna be like a million things. Are gonna be like, "Oh, remember?"
I was
that you
having
thought it
like
was good?
7
That was bad."
servings of avocado toast a day.
So what if I told you that you had to quit coffee tomorrow? Because this happened to me. I had to quit coffee. I was told this by a doctor. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. What would you do?
There's other ways to get caffeine. I would probably have a big tea binge like you. I would just
Yeah.
become a tea drinker.
But if you told me I had to quit caffeine in general,
Well, yeah.
I would
caffeine in general would be
I would
hard.
go to like a detox retreat. I would
yeah.
go to a spa.
We should
get
do
away.
it for a video. We should
Yeah.
like hard
Oh,
push us
wow.
back to like we'll maybe do like 3 days of only
Cold
one
turkey.
serving, and then the rest of the week no serving. Like don't go fully cold turkey. Give us one little bit.
I think Gabby Hanna, who's a good friend of ours, did it. She quit coffee cold turkey, and like the video is just her breaking down, crying.
Yeah,
which
'cause-
in all fairness is most of her videos. We love you, Gabby.
It is.
But I think that's a great video. I don't know though. I would have to go to a retreat, like you said. Ned.
Yeah.
I couldn't be expected to come back into work and do
I mean,
things.
the thing is, I got headaches throughout the day already. So, I mean,
True.
might I be better off after a week of going cold turkey? Well, take care of your bodies, y'all. Anyways,
You know what? You know what? If you're thinking you want something fun and exciting, why not try White People Taco Night? It is delicious. It is fun. It brings the family together. And if you remember those commercials, I think it gives you the power to lift children up in the air
was
and
this
toss
what
them.
y'all talked about before I got here?
Yeah.
Beginning was
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much
Now I have context. I was
exclusively
so confused.
about White People
Yeah.
Taco Night.
Is that really a thing?
White People Taco Night? We don't call it
unfortunately.
White People Taco Night. It's just called Taco Night, but it's the white people version of Taco Night.
They think it rules. I think it sucks. I needed your backup here. You weren't there. When you're not here, we just talk about white people culture. It's tough.
It's all we know.
It's all most people know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, I've learned that a lot of white families have what they call like cultural nights.
that's what this is.
Yeah, like
Just
taco
a-
night, or they'll be
yeah.
like, "Oh, we're cooking like this tonight." It's
You
like a thing
do
for
know what
people.
white people
Yeah.
taco night is.
Yeah, but then I always was fascinated by what is white people food.
Well, that's a whole conversation.
Isn't it
Eugene.
usually like chicken with spinach and then like a dessert?
That doesn't sound wrong.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to the TryPod. We are the Try Guys. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review, and you might get your secret featured. We're going to be in Australia. We're going to be in Singapore. We're going to be in Seattle, Portland, and Vancouver. Come check us out and get our new back-to-school line at tryguys.com.
Wow, so much stuff.
Well,
What
you nailed it,
exciting.
bro.
Wow. What a world. What a life. This has been the TryPod. Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
It's White People Taco Night. Yeah, it's White People Taco Night. TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
Pesto, take us out.